let's move on. You had a little bit of some fun news about Tesla. You were talking to me about this earlier.
News. We got news.
Okay, what's up?
I don't know who Tesla is. Not Nikola Tesla, nor David Bowie. Not that Tesla.
Yeah, got it.
We'll call back to the beginning of the episode.
There you go.
Anyways, so Tesla came out. They announced their Model 3 on Friday?
Yeah, I think it was earlier.
Thursday?
Yeah, it was earlier last week. Or late last week.
Like that, yeah. Anyway, this is a really big deal. This is the first mass market electric car from this company. They have the Tesla Model S, of course, which
purely
ranges anywhere
electric,
from
right?
which ranges anywhere from like 80 to, I don't know, 100 grand. And then they have their Model X, which is like 110 to 150 grand. So this is their first car where starts at 35,000. They made that
right.
very strong point. And that's
affordable.
Affordable.
Well, quote unquote. But
yeah. It's no like base Civic, but it's, a fully loaded Civic is probably around that. You know what I mean? And
maybe, yeah.
The Turing Edition, you never know.
No, I get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so it's a really good value of the car, and Elon Musk said on stage, this will be the best $35,000 car, or the most highly, valued $35,000 car in existence, because the $35,000 will get you a 0 to 60 time. First, it's obviously all electric.
Right.
No hybrid or anything. It'll get you 0 to 60 time under 6 seconds.
What's a gas? I mean, I know it's like gas mileage. What's the electric mileage? I guess is it?
Oh, I didn't say that. The minimum, they're aiming for 215 miles per charge.
Okay, so from a full charge. And here's my question, and everyone asks this: what happens when you run out? Is there like a?
Well, you charge your car, David.
You know what I mean. I know.
Car,
no, but I meant like let's say, God forbid, I not paying attention because people run out of gas. I am like, how do you run out of gas? But people run out of gas and they're stuck on the side of the road. You go get some gas from the gas station, pour it in.
Yeah, you can't do that. They do have their refilling stations are called superchargers, and they're doubling the network of superchargers in the world this next year. But those are their so-called fill.
How long does that take?
The superchargers are fast charging. I'm not sure, especially on this car.
That would suck if it was like 2.5 hours.
I think a Model S will charge in like 30 to 60 minutes. So it's one of those things where, like, if you're going you can go cross country all on electric. They've set up supercharger networks. There's ones from here to Orange County, from Vegas, Orange County, and
stations. So
I've seen them. I've seen them on the way to California. Yeah, they have them.
Yep.
I've never seen them.
So you can go fully electric, and it's normally to a point where like I got to stop at a supercharger for 30 minutes, and I can go do some things.
Yeah, if you put it like in a tourist trap, that's where you want it. If you have
exactly.
if you have Meteor Crater, you put in an electric charging station so people can walk around your.
So very cool. Also, a couple other stats. It'll have rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. The standard will be rear-wheel drive. And they've prided themselves on making exciting to drive cars, not just boring electric cars.
Gotcha.
Which is kind of a stab at like the Chevy Bolt or the Volt or the.
I think the
Nissan
Chevy Volt
Leaf
looks cool, but okay, that's just me. I think it looks like a hatchback. Old school. Like I used to own a hatchback. Sorry.
Anyway, they did about 230,000 pre-orders in the first 24 hours.
That's insane.
And to pre-order the car, you have to put down $1,000. You can either do it online or go into a Tesla store. They did say that I think 133,000 pre-orders were done before anyone even saw what the car looked like. Because they opened up pre-orders that day.
That's gotta be just
blind faith, man.
Really make you feel good, right?
But not just that, but like looking at as for Elon Musk's standpoint, he's like,
like, hey man, I got you something.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Just give me $35,000.
But they launched at the end of 2017 is one that we should be seeing on the road, and we'll see if they actually hold up to that.
Okay, so the car itself, it's a coupe or a sedan?
It is a sedan, 4-door. Fits 5 adults comfortably. It's a very
you sound like a marketing
big
guy.
selling point. Hey, if I had the money to put one down, I'd definitely get it.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just I don't know. These cars are still just a little too expensive for me.
$35,000.
For that, I mean, I think I'm not a big fully loaded guy. I just want a car. Do you guys like driving?
That's not fully loaded.
I love
That's
driving.
the minimum.
No. Is 35 the minimum, or is that fully
That's
loaded?
starting.
Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, then it's not really 35,000. I always like when they're like starting at 27, but the picture we showed you in the commercials,
Yeah, but $35,000 car for a full electric under 60 time. That's
you're looking at $45,000 for fully loaded or something like that. But that's still a really good price.
No, but generally, do you guys generally like driving?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Really, you don't like driving at all?
I disagree with you. Yeah, I love driving.
No.
Like I sometimes I'll just get in the car and drive.
No.
Just a chore. Different way to be.
It's
dangerous. I don't know if you guys know about this, but you can kill yourself and others very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but the key is to not
No, I know that's the goal, but here's the deal. Someone can just like jump out in front of your car and die, and guess who has to deal with that on their conscience?
Wow, you are a dark person.
I just don't like the idea.
Chicken Little over here. No, what's interesting is there's in my office, a couple people's kids just they're not interested in getting their driver's license, like younger kids. I don't know. When I turned 16, literally the day I turned 16, I took my driver's license test, got my driver's license. All I wanted to do was drive.
Those hours?
Yeah, of course I did. I used to steal my mom's car when I was 15 and a half and drive it around. But I think statute of limitations runs on that. No, I used to just drive to my friend's house, and I thought it was so cool. And one time we went through a drive-thru at like a McDonald's, and my friend's like, he knows you're 15 and a half, man. He's going to call the cops. And get out of here, get out of here. I was like, he doesn't know. He's like, he's going to ask for your ID.
That guy's like 14 and a half. You shouldn't be working.
So yeah, I got my hours in, but there's not a big push for kids. And it's not because
and I don't understand. Driving is like, I remember learning to drive when I was, 15 and a half, 16, and being terrified. But as soon as you get on that open road, man, and you're just driving, it's so freeing.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, it's interesting. Most people, I guess you would ask kids like, oh, what age is like the coolest age to become? And they're like 21 because you can drink. And it's like, you have so much more freedom when you turn 16. You don't know how much more of like trouble or cool stuff you can do when you turn 16.
Gerald, you joined me in the poor kid crew. Mm-hmm. Did you get a car when you were 16?
Nope.
Yeah. Freedom is. I got
my brother and I shared our graduation present of a '89 Jeep Cherokee.
You drove that into the ground though.
No, our junior year. I think I was 17.
Yeah. So I had to get a job at 16 and save my money to buy a car so that I could get a license at 17. So 16 wasn't so awesome.
Well, okay, for me, the reason I got a job, I think it was 2 weeks after I turned 16 because I ran out of gas money. So and then I never stopped working from there. So yeah, I definitely agree. But I didn't, when I was trying to buy my first car, I remember me and my dad going around, you pull out the Auto Trader and you pull out the cool car. I want the 57 Chevy Bel Air, Dad. You know how much tail I'll get with that? Yeah. Pull up, I don't know. This is how you talk. But he's like, you don't know how to work on cars, David. And I'm like, yeah, but I'll learn. He's like, no, you won't. You'll have a car in the driveway and you won't be able, he's like, you know what car's cool? The one that works.
Yeah, it gets from A to B. That's
exactly. And so I had a 92 Mazda 626, but it was the best. Tinted the windows, put a giant speakers in the back, rattled out the radiator. That's how I was going to
say, your giant speakers destroyed your car.
Yeah, they did.
Worth it.
It was totally awesome.
It was an awesome car.
It was a good car.
I love that car. Honestly, though, I loved your Focus.
Oh, my second car.
Focus?
So,
it was a badass Focus.
Oh, gross.
It was so cool. What are you talking about?
So my second car I bought was a ZX2. ZX3. No, ZX3 egg, hatchback red egg. And that was
red.
Yeah, it was red. Of course it was.
It was like super.
I had a good job.
Candy.
Oh yeah, and I put neon lights on the inside.
Yeah. No, it was cool.
I've done some bad stuff to some of my cars back then, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and
so cringeworthy.
But the second car I wanted to buy a stick shift. I wanted to drive a stick shift car. I thought that was race car.
Red line of route.
Yeah, speed racer.
VTEC.
But so I told my mom and my dad, I said, help me, go to the dealership with me and help me buy the car. And I want to get a stick shift. They're like, but you don't know how to drive stick shift. I'm like, I'll figure it out. So we bought the car on the lot, and they're like, are you going to drive it home? I was like, yep. Did not know how to drive stick shift. But
ruin your brand new car.
Well, no. But if you ever want to learn how to drive a stick shift, buy one. The worst part, I'm driving home.
Gotta get home somehow.
I'm driving home from the dealership, and the worst part about a stick shift, if you're learning, is the dead stop to go. Peel out.
Absolutely.
Everything else is easy. Yeah, exactly. So of course,
not even just dead.
Yeah, turn it back on. So, anyways, or most of the time you peel out because you overcompensate on the gas and then disengage the clutch and go flying. Right. So of course I'm at this red light on my way home with the car. Guess who pulls up right next to me at this red light? Cop. And I'm like,
of course.
Oh, I can't peel out. He's gonna think I'm racing him. Like, it's better just to not just stay here and just let him go for a few little while, and then and so I did that. But the person in the car with me was like, "Dude, you can't just sit here. He's gonna turn around." I'm like, I'm not peeling out next to the cop. Like, that is a bad idea. But yeah, and then I think later, like within a month, we went to San Francisco for some trip. So I just wanted to like punish myself for buying this. So like, all the hills like this. So
I still don't know how to drive stick.
Really?
No clue.
Well, now most of the cars now have the paddle shifters.
I have my Fit Sport. You can put it into S mode and use the paddle shifters.
Nah. It just feels more like driving when you're driving. I feel like I'm driving. I feel like old school.
Part of the car.
Yeah, exactly.
Quarter mile at a time.
So when I learned to drive, like James, we've talked about James on the podcast.
We got to bring him on sometime.
Yeah, he taught me how to drive my stick shift over the phone. because I didn't know how to drive a stick shift, but I bought one, and my parents were too busy to bother with me. So I just I called him and I was like, "How do I do this?" And he talked me through it over the phone. I wrecked it a couple weeks later due to the not being so great at it. But then
was that your Honda Del Sol?
I didn't have a Del Sol.
Oh,
thank God!
It was a
I was
Prelude.
gonna give you so much
Prelude. No, it was cool.
No, the Del Sol's for the gays.
Did the Prelude have the quad steering?
No.
Oh man,
but his Prelude was
my Prelude was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Preludes are cool.
Yeah, it was a really nice car.
God,
that story though. Tell me that story.
No, I bought it on my birthday,
story.
August 7th. I got my license on August 15th, and I wrecked it on August 30th.
Totaled?
Totaled.
Oh,
absolutely
man.
totaled it. Yeah,
Preludes
it's
are
horrible.
so cool.
But then recently, last year, I got a truck. I bought a stick shift truck, and my dad, I'm reunited with my father, and he came and taught me how to drive stick shift.
Good.
And so now I'm solid on the stick shift.
I was like, family podcast.
I was like, what? I'm 29, but that's good. It's a good time to teach me how to drive stick shift. Thanks, Dad.
Well, I think I've played enough video games. I could probably figure it out. Like, how hard could it be?
It's really not that difficult. It's
just another pedal. You know,
it's nerve wracking more than anything.
Yeah, because it's just a stop to go.
It just makes you nervous.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
David, will you teach me how to drive stick on your car?
Sure. I don't care.
Poor transmission.
Yeah, it's all right. It'll be fun. You're not going to break it that bad. But yeah, we should do that. It'll be fun. I've always thought we should do a sit down and drive episode where we actually film it in the car driving around and.
That would be cool.
That'd be fun.
We should do that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not illegal. You can't talk on your cell phone, but we can film a podcast. I always thought it was stupid that you can't talk on your cell phone. It's like, well, then you can't have a stick shift and a passenger because it's the same exact thing. Like,
but you see people eating like burgers and
right.
stuff, so you can do that.
I don't
basically,
think
one hand's not free, and you're distracted talking to somebody. That's what talking on a cell phone is, right?
Again, eating.
Well, if I have
is
a passenger,
wait, that's against the law?
Yeah, of course it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Distracted driving.
Distracted driving is a law.
Yeah.
Oh, so like I could be eating, but as long as I'm not.
Just wait for the thought police when you're like thinking of something and you're driving. They'll be like, "Hey, you're distracted. Get out of the car."
I didn't know eating was illegal.
Well, it's the headset. They don't have a problem with the Bluetooth headset. I feel like the Bluetooth headset lobbied for all those laws.
I got a good accessory dollars working at AT&T. So
yeah, it was good by me. Jawbone.
I got a distracted driving ticket not that long ago.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I hit somebody.
I don't think it was the distraction.
No, it was. That's what I got it for. That was what they cited me. That's what they cited me for, distracted driving. Because they were like, "What's wrong with you? You're not on drugs. You're not drunk. Like, why'd you hit this person?" And I was like, "I was messing with my dog in the back seat and I hit this person."
Is it okay?
Yeah, it was fine. It was like 4 years ago.
Jesus.
But my dog was messing with something, and I thought she was messing with my seats. I thought she was digging into my seats, and I was like, I turned around and messed with my dog, and then I hit somebody. Wow. They were in a car.
Oh, I thought you like hit a pedestrian.
No, I've done that separately. That was a different occasion.
Jesus.
See, when I'm not a fan of driving, it's dangerous out there.
I think you're
the problem though, man.
At least I know that I don't enjoy it.
Jeez.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Tesla Model 3, everyone. Go buy one today.
All right, I think that's it for the podcast. Let's wrap it up. Okay. If you don't know, you can go check out our YouTube version on YouTube. Just search Sit Down Standard. Or you can go to our website. We put all of the videos on there. We do like bit by bit each throughout the week, and then we'll put the full video up, usually around the weekend if I'm busy or not busy.
Gets to
David, get to work, David.
I know.
God, you never do anything.
You know, we put so much work. Me and Gerald, we just sit and we work and toil over this podcast all week.
I put these
every
notes
day.
together. It took me around 5 to 7 minutes, David.
Yeah.
Can you come on? Get your stuff together.
Look what I bought. I brought props. I brought my piece of equipment to show you. And what do? Nothing.
All I do is video edit,
That's right.
make the thumbnails, post it on YouTube.
Do all the Facebook announcements.
Lazy.
All the Instagram.
Speaking of, you can follow us on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook at Sit Down Standard. You can also send us an email like AA Ron did, one of our best fans.
AA Ron, thank you very much, sir.
What is the email address?
SitDownStandard@gmail.com.
Jordan?
I just got to say, first of all, AA Ron, I apologize for the fact that you have to be called AA Ron for the rest of your life because of Key and Peele. Because that sucks for you. But Aaron, thanks for paying attention to
Aaron
our
from
podcast.
Texas A&M, right?
Gig 'em.
I think our email address is like sitdownstandard@aol.com.
No, it's
Gmail.
Damn, Jordan.
Is AOL still around?
Yes. People.
We'll get into it. Next podcast. Here we go.
No,
Next
AOL.
podcast. All right. Till next time. Bye.
See ya.
Later.